Hey guys, welcome back to the Sacred Timeline. I'm Sean.
I'm Peyton.
Today we're going to be getting back into the Fantastic Four, talking about what is probably their most famous story, which is the Coming of Galactus, which obviously introduces the villain Galactus as well as the Silver Surfer. What kind of inspired Galactus was that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby they didn't want to do generic stuff. Like, they talked about not really wanting to keep doing, gangsters. Not that they ever really did that, but just,
Right.
that's what superheroes kind of did. They would often fight, because it was the 40s.
They fought, normal crime.
Yeah.
Bank robbers, gang members, this, that, and the other.
Or, World War II. And, there were, of course, supervillains in the Golden Age. We've talked about some that showed up in that Flash story. Yeah. But they just kind of wanted to up the ante, and they didn't want to just do kind of boring generic stuff. And part of wanting to do that was just to go really, really crazy with power levels.
Yeah.
And so the idea of doing a god, like an eldritch Lovecraftian level threat. And just the sheer sort of awesome horror and power of that.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where Galactus comes from. It's a trilogy of issues, which is kind of, I don't want to say it was a first, because it wasn't, but it's new because we're doing multi-parters.
Right.
We're not just doing one and dones. And getting into it is kind of bizarre from a modern standpoint, because the story starts with the conclusion of an Inhumans arc. The Inhumans were this other sort of Marvel thing that were introduced to in Fantastic Four, as a lot of Marvel characters were. And their main relevance to Fantastic Four is that Johnny has a relationship with the character Crystal.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of his main, if not his main, love interest. And I don't like the Inhumans. I've never liked the Inhumans. So we're mostly going to skip that, but it's weird as a modern reader coming in, and you have to read what is clearly the conclusion of what was going on in previous issues before you get to the story you're here to read. And the reason I think that it's like that is simply a reality of always ending on cliffhangers.
Yeah.
So not wanting people to feel content that they read a complete story and then stop reading. They wanted to hook people to come back every issue. So, because even the Galactus story, it ends and then a bunch of shit just keeps happening that has nothing to do with it. It just sort of drags on, and it's a bunch of story threads to be don't stop reading Fantastic Four. Come back next month.
You gotta come. I understand this was really cool and you finished this, but we got more cooking. I mean, Silver Surfer's gonna be around doing stuff. He's gonna be kind of cool. Check him out too.
Yeah, when I was going through and reading all of Supergirl, there's a point in the late 60s where she's headlining Adventure Comics, and the format of that is that there would be two stories in each issue. The first story would be part 2 of a story that started in the previous issue, and then the second story would be part one of a story that would conclude in the next issue. It drove me insane.
So you always had to buy the next issue, because it's well, if I want to figure out how the last story ended, I gotta buy this new one. But now I have another new one that I just started, and I gotta finish it, so now I gotta buy the next one.
Yeah.
And just on and on. Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not so bad if you were reading it month to month in 1969.
Yeah.
But me binge reading a bunch of Supergirl, it drove me insane.
Yeah.
Because I'm this could have just been one issue. You could just take the two parts and that could be an issue.
Shift it. Just shift everything back half a chapter and we're good.
But yeah, so a bunch of stuff with the Inhumans happens. That's how the story starts. We're going to ignore it, move past it, because I don't like the Inhumans, and it has literally no relevance to anything that happens with Galactus. And funnily enough, this Penguin collection that collects a lot of early Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stuff also cut all of that stuff out. They just start right where the story starts, which is where the proper story, which is Silver Surfer flying through the cosmos. And Silver Surfer's a really funny story. I love the story of Silver Surfer's creation. We talked about the Marvel method when we've talked about Fantastic Four in the past, which is that Stan and Jack would outline the story together. Jack would then draw it all. And then Stan would come back in and put in the dialogue and the captions and all of that.
Yep.
So they outline this Galactus story. Jack draws it. Stan gets the pages back. And there's this asshole on a surfboard flying around that Stan had No idea what it was. They did not talk about this at all.
It just wasn't mentioned.
Nope. She just gets his pages, and this just guy is here. And instead had to be like, what? Who's that? And Jack Kirby's point of view was that someone as powerful as Galactus should have like a herald. Mm-hmm. Like that was sort of his train of thought. And he had read in newspapers about surfing because he's a New Yorker. Yep. So that's not something he'd ever seen. So yeah, I think he saw some like surfing in California. And went, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, that's going in.
And so he went, okay, he's going to like fly on this surfboard through space, which is unfortunately the raddest fucking thing.
It really is.
And I love how Jack Kirby draws space. I love all of the crazy colors.
Oh, yeah, it's always so cool.
But Silver Surfer is flying through space, and we see Skrulls, who were introduced in Fantastic Four #2. They're the second villains. They're the ones Reed turns into cows. He turns a couple Skrulls into cows.
Yep.
Or he hypnotizes them into becoming cows.
Yeah.
Because Reed is a monster.
When you're that smart, you might as well, I guess.
But the Skrulls, they see the Surfer and they just go, lights out, complete blackout. We can't let him see us. And they succeed, and Surfer just kind of flies on by. And it's basically a tease just to show, like, the Silver Surfer is very, very serious. And watch out.
For the sake of the video, I don't want to spoil, like, later on in the comment, but I do have, like, a weird, like, put a pin in that for later.
Okay.
Just
about the Surfer?
About the Surfer and them turning off all the lights so he wouldn't see them.
Okay.
It seems a little odd to me, but I don't want to spoil the story, the rest of the story that we're going to talk about. So I'll definitely bring that up later.
Okay, cool. And so we cut from the Skrulls who have successfully tricked the Silver Surfer, and we cut back to the Fantastic Four returning from their stupid Inhumans adventure that I don't care about. And they get back to New York, and the sky is literally on fucking fire. And so Johnny, he flies out. And of course, all the citizens of New York are like, well, the sky's on fire, and there's a flaming man
flying around.
So clearly,
hey buddy, what the fuck are you doing?
And so they're throwing bricks at him.
Yep.
They hose him down, and then Thing goes, no one gets to beat up Johnny but me. So Thing jumps down, and he just starts beating the shit out of people. Yeah. Just random civilians, just getting their ass kicked by the Thing.
It's clobbering time, bitch.
Crazy.
It's wild.
And so there's a bit of an interruption of just gorgeous Silver Surfer flying through space art.
Yep.
Before getting back to the Four at their base. And Reed has basically locked himself in his lab so that Sue can be the worst character on this team.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, it starts in an okay place of like, okay, I like this drama of Reed shouldn't cut himself off. We're a team. But that's not really how it comes across. It comes across as, I want to go to Chili's.
Yeah, a little bit. But, like, at the same time, you have to, like, consider her position. Because, I mean, it's, like, it's the same as, like, a dude who works, like, 50, 60 hours a week. And it's like, yeah, you're paying for our house. You're paying for our bills. You're doing everything. But, like, at the same time, I'm still your significant other. Like, you still do kind of have to spend time with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think it could be written a little better. She comes across super naggy, and like Stan is not on her side. Like Stan is throwing her under the bus.
Clearly, right? We've been very vocal about Stan Lee's interesting opinions on women.
Complete inability to write them.
Yep.
But Sue eventually she just breaks her way into the lab, and the Watcher is there.
Yep.
And the Watcher is this sort of cosmic being that I think is really boring, and I don't care about him. But
where did they come from? I don't even. Is it another just like Fantastic Four thing?
Yes,
I
they're introduced. They're introduced earlier, like maybe number like 13, I think, is when they're introduced. So yeah, they come from Fantastic Four as well.
Because I know, especially in like later on stuff, like they do become like not like super important, but like they show up on occasion. Like it's
Fantastic Four pretty much builds the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Like everything that's important kind of comes from that. Especially
basically if you ever have to ask yourself, I wonder where he came from, guess Fantastic Four and you'll be right like 75% of the time.
Especially when you're dealing with the cosmic side of things.
Yes.
Like anything that's sort of outside of Earth and space, like generally it's going to tie back to Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But the Watcher's here. Oh, and I skipped over that the flames in the sky have changed into rocks.
Ah, yes.
And so that's kind of what leads to be like, I'll break it in the lab.
Because the Watcher realizes, maybe a giant, like, flaming shroud wasn't the best play here.
Rocks are clearly a way better option.
Yeah.
But it is sort of explained that the Watcher is trying to hide Earth from the Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Like he is trying to hide Earth. It does not work. Silver Surfer just goes, a bunch of rocks? That's weird. And just flies straight through them and just discovers Earth.
Yeah. He's the Silver... Like, literally all it does is makes the Silver Surfer's entrance into Earth cooler. Because now he's, like, doing a bunch of, like, flip turns to navigate the rocks. Like, literally all it does is makes the Silver Surfer seem so cool.
Just makes him rad as fuck.
Yeah, just makes him cool as hell.
And Surfer goes right to the Baxter building because that's where we need the Silver Surfer.
Yep. Yeah, of course. Of course, that's where else would he land?
We need him to land on the Baxter building.
What's he going to end up in, like, Indonesia? That'd be stupid. Of course he shows up in New York.
And he lands in the exact building we need him to.
Yep.
And he manages to land, and he wastes no time at all. He signals Galactus. Thing fucking sucker punches him off the goddamn roof. And I love this dialogue that's clearly like Jack and Stan not being on the same page.
Yeah, neither one knows what the other one's doing, yeah.
Where like someone says like, oh, he did that on purpose so that he could get away. And I'm like, he clearly got his ass kicked by the thing, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Holy Hannah, I didn't mean to hit him that hard. Go get him, Johnny. Save him. He's going to hit the ground. And it's like, what? What do you mean?
It's like, and like somebody says something like, it was simply the easiest way for him to depart. He like leaned into the push. I'm like, he's clearly falling to his death. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. No.
I mean, the surfboard's underneath him and he can fly like with the surfboard. Like he'll probably get back on it.
Like, he'll be he won't die, but like he didn't purposely
he didn't just
jump off.
Tank the punch.
And we see him later and he's like out for the count. But it was too late. He signaled Galactus, and we get this weird red cylinder comes down, and we get this crazy almost photo-esque image they threw in here to be like, here is his crazy ship and technology. And
that's always my favorite part about Galactus is just like his little ship world. Like it just looks so cool in the comics. I also do really like how they did it in the movie. It looks like menacing as hell.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like that entire sequence when they go in it is like, oh my God, this is everything I wanted out of this.
So cool.
Like, oh my God. And Galactus steps out. And unfortunately, he was celebrating Life Day. So he's in a bit of a different outfit.
Yeah.
So funny. I love looking at original comic book stuff when they clearly haven't ironed everything out yet.
Yeah, they don't know yet. Because what's crazy is literally the next issue.
No,
they've landed on the purple.
Yep. So 48 ends with the reveal of Galactus, who's in this red and green outfit.
Silly.
And then when you're reading a collection, you turn the page into the next story, which is issue 49, and purple. But they're still not quite got it yet because he's wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Or like a skirt or something. Like his bare legs are out. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Galactus leg.
Yeah.
And so Galactus is here. He's gonna eat us because Galactus is this cosmic entity that needs to feed on planets. He needs to feed on life. He has this insatiable hunger that drives him. And that is probably the most interesting thing about Galactus is that he's not some I want to conquer the world. I'm a crazy psychopath.
Yeah,
he's just got this intense hunger.
He's just hungry.
And he just needs to eat.
Yeah,
and there's no real reasoning with him.
Yeah, there's a line later where he's does anyone on this planet feel bad when they eat another animal? It's the same thing. I'm just eating, brother.
We're cows. We're just cows to him.
You're beneath me. I'm hungry.
Which is
That's
just
how
great.
The world works.
It's such a good, interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's part of that just God thing where he's just he is another level of existence than us.
Yeah.
But Thing naturally tries to punch him because he's the Thing, and that's all he can really do.
I mean, yeah.
And it does not go well. The Fantastic Four kind of just get their ass kicked and they retreat back into the Baxter building.
I mean, less even that they get their ass kicked. Like, Galactus doesn't even really swat them away. It's mostly they hurt themselves trying to hurt him. So it's not even like he beats them in a fight. He's just on, like, such a higher level. That, like, they just knock themselves out. Yeah,
pretty more or less, like... It does not go well for them.
Yep.
But then we cut to the Surfer, who just has convenience powers.
Yeah.
Because he happens to land
exactly where he needs to be at all times.
Into the apartment of Alicia Masters, who obviously had been introduced by this point. She is the love interest of Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Yep.
She's the daughter of the villain, the Puppet Master, and she is blind, which is sort of part of the relationship with her and Ben. Is like, oh, she can't see that he's a horrible monster, but she also doesn't care.
She also doesn't care. Like, obviously, she would touch his face once and be like,
she can feel that he's a horrible rock monster.
That's rocks, but like, I'm not going to bring it up.
Yes, and she is okay with it. Her and Surfer kind of get to talking. And basically, Alicia is here to show Silver Surfer humanity, the value of humanity. And this is one of the things I don't like about this story, and I'm curious if this is your pin, which is the implication is made somewhere in his conversations with Alicia that they have never dealt with a planet with sentient life before. This is their first time doing it.
Yep.
Not that they haven't eaten planets, not that Galactus hasn't eaten planets before, but this is the first one that Surfer has been a part of that has sentient life. And
I think, because we talked about that before we started filming the video, and I kind of like thought about it a little bit. I think you're right, where it's the first one that Surfer has been a part of that's had life on it. Galactus has more than likely eaten planets that have life on it before Silver Surfer, but this is the first one since having him.
Just because it just seems crazy.
And that was like my thing is like that was my pin is like the Skrulls just like turn off all the power to make the planet look uninhabited, but like as far as the greater context of the story, that would work worse because they've mostly been devouring uninhabited planets. So it's kind of like, I mean, it worked for you, but like grand scheme of things, it could have gone very poorly.
And granted, it is alien tech, so just like maybe they made it look like it's some barren wasteland of a planet.
Right.
Or Surfer just didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That might have been the thing, is it was just like they turned off all the electricity, so it just like was hidden in a shadow or something.
Because they are an advanced alien race, but it's not made super clear. It's just a way to make everything seemed really scary and foreboding.
It a better way to like scale it, because obviously the Skrulls were kind of like,
we know the Skrulls, they're a threat. We know who they are. Yes,
and like,
agreed.
For them to be scared of something is like, oh, maybe this isn't good.
Yeah, it immediately lets you know that like, oh, shit's real.
Yeah,
yes,
like
agreed.
This is big.
But the thing, I do like that Alicia has kind of a nice part of the story, because in the movies we give this element to a member of the Fantastic Four.
Right.
In Rise of the Silver Surfer, it's Jessica Alba, and it's pretty much just Surfer saves just because Jessica Alba's like super hot.
Super hot.
And that's literally it.
I'd say Humanity 4. I don't see anything wrong with that.
And then in the new one, they give it to Torch.
Yeah.
They let Torch sort of be the link. We check back in with the Fantastic Four, and Galactus has this crazy like ship thing that is attached to the Baxter building, and it is basically the device he's going to use to eat Earth, because as the Watcher explains, he sort of explains how everything works, because it's not like the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie where this weird cloud is just going to show up and like literally devour us.
The Earth, yeah.
It is this machine that will basically suck all of the resources out of our planet, starting with like the water.
Yeah,
and
it converts it into energy.
Energy that Galactus consumes. And it will basically turn Earth into a completely barren wasteland.
Yep.
In a short amount of time. And as soon as just everything is sucked dry and we are just nothing, just this, I don't even know what, Galactus will then leave. And like, they really showcase the entire thing, like how it works. And like, it's honestly like legit, like scary and intense and like, oh my God. Yeah, because they show you like what this planet like looks like. And it's just like this complete like husk. And of course, and immediately after they're done showing it, they cut to this panel of the four, and the thing
So goofy. It looks so silly.
So funny. But the Watcher does have a plan in place. He has an idea of what to do. Mm. And this is sort of cut in between Surfer and Alicia still talking, and her trying to convince him the value of humanity and to fight Galactus. And Surfer being like, no, I serve Galactus. But Alicia being like, but look, we're people, like we talk, we have feelings, like you can't just like kill us all. Are you out of your mind?
Yep.
Yeah, we cut back to the four and they just start wrecking the machine.
Yep.
And they really start messing with Galactus and they actually start getting some good licks in. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, because it's just the three, it's just Reed, Sue, and Ben. And because they're annoying Galactus, he summons this weird frog guy called the Punisher.
Which is super funny.
And so he kind of starts messing with three of the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. Johnny is not here because Johnny is going to enact the main part of Watcher's plan. And so Johnny is sent kind of on a journey through space and time.
Yep.
Which is mostly just an excuse for Jack Kirby to draw sick-ass shit.
To draw more space. I mean, I still think it's really cool to, like, send him into like super deep space.
Oh no, I agree. So the Punisher, it's weird to say every time.
It's so weird.
There's multiple DC characters called Starfire that debut before Starfire.
That's hilarious.
It's awful.
That. Well, it's like how the Human Torch existed.
Oh yeah,
and was a cyborg. Like we even talked about him.
Yes.
Like was a cyborg.
Yeah,
before the Human Torch.
But the Punisher, he sort of forces them to retreat inside a force field that the Invisible Woman created. And it was also kind of their plan. Because it's like, oh, if things were beat, it'll just leave. And then once it leaves, we'll come back out and start beating Galactus up again.
Start screwing with them again. And it works.
More or less, the issue 49 ends with Silver Surfer deciding, I'm going to fight Galactus. I'm going to fight for humanity. And then that's pretty much where 50 picks up. Galactus has pants now.
Yep.
We've pretty much solidified the look.
Yep. We've locked in. We've decided what he looks like.
And Surfer and Galactus spend most of this just like going at it and fighting. And we've talked about this off camera.
Yep.
I actually really like this because in the movies and typically just in the adaptations, we make Surfer really reluctant and really like hate Galactus. And like he has no problem. Like once the turn happens, he's just, like, bet.
Yeah.
He's in.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, he does feel like a real loyalty to Galactus. Yeah. And Galactus feels a certain appreciation for Surfer as well. Like they have a relationship. They care about each other.
Yeah.
And so like while they're fighting, they're constantly just like, don't make me do this, bro.
Like come
I don't want to fight you.
Like, dude, we've literally traveled the cosmos together. Like I've evolved beyond the point of love, but like if I did love someone, it's you, bro. Come on, don't make me do this.
Don't do this.
Like, don't make me do this.
And actually, I like that. I like that there's kind of like a drama there. Yeah. And like this is kind of like not only like an existential big deal for Surfer, but also like a personal one.
Yeah.
And it's also just cool because the Surfer is rad and Galactus is rad. And so it's just fun to see them like go at each other.
Silver Surfer is one of those characters where like I never go out of my way to read anything with him in it. But anytime he shows up, I'm like, he's the coolest person there.
He's so cool.
Like he's so cool when he's there.
It's such a great... And like it's like the simplest design in the world. He's just a naked silver guy.
Yeah, just a naked silver guy.
But he looks awesome.
But he's so cool.
And then he's got the surfboard, and it's just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
It's so cool.
It's so unbelievably rad. The Surfer buys Johnny enough time to get back with what he was sent for, what the Watcher sent him to get, which is this device called the Ultimate Nullifier, which is basically a universe-ending weapon. Mm-hmm. And maybe my favorite moment in this entire story is Reed just fucking waltzes up to Galactus and says, leave or I destroy everything.
Or he like specifically shoves the device in Galactus's face, which is what like he uses his stretchy powers to be like, hey, you know what this is? Yeah, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. And like, again, this is something we talked about off camera, but it's like if a roach just walked up to us right now and like had a nuke.
Yep, just had a nuclear bomb and was like,
just had one in its hand and it's like, let's ball. Let's ride.
let's do it. You go grab that can of Raid, see who's quicker.
Galactus like, Jesus Christ, man, put that down.
Put it down.
And basically Reed is like, leave Earth alone forever, or I destroy everything.
Yep, or it's all over. We all getting blown to smithereens.
It's so baller.
Yep.
And Galactus is like, fine, I'm leaving. But Surfer's staying here, and he just lasers Surfer and like take. And I wonder if this is again a weird Jack Stan disagreement because it looks like he.
It does look like he's dying, but yeah, in the text, it's like, oh, I'm just taking away his power.
I mean, he is in like the next few pages, so like I don't think they were intending to kill him, but like it is funny that like it looks like such a lethal shot that Galactus takes, and he's just like, I'm just taking away some of his powers so that he can't travel through space.
Yeah,
he has to stay here on Earth, which is clearly just they want to make some Silver Surfer comics. Yeah. So like he's gonna stick around.
Way cooler if they let him continue just roaming the galaxy.
Oh, I'm sure that I think they do almost immediately.
Yeah.
I think they are almost like we should put him back in space. This is stupid.
Oh yeah, he was way cooler when he got to do that, wasn't he?
Like, oh wow, he's flying through New York. Sick.
Cool. It's not like literally everyone else does this on a daily basis.
No, yeah, I'm sure they almost immediately put him in space. But yeah, that's pretty much more or less the end. Galactus goes, okay. They have to give him the nullifier. Because he's like, I'm not leaving this with you psychos.
Yeah, because Galactus is like, fine, you give me the nullifier, I'll leave. And like, Reed's just like, do you really think I'm that fucking stupid? Like, I'm going to hand it to you and you're just going to start drilling on the planet again. And the Watcher's like, no, dude, like, this is Galactus. Like, his words have weight.
He's not like Doctor Doom. He's not gonna like be like, haha, I'm a crazy supervillain. Like, no, he says what he means. Like, he's never gonna do that. Yeah, he's never gonna lie.
Galactus does not have the capacity for deception. Like, he says it because he means it.
Yes, I do like that. But yeah, Galactus leaves and kind of leaves everybody on this roof. And Alicia comes running on the roof. She runs right to Surfer to basically like, you know, thank you. I knew that you could do this. And Ben is just like, oh, of course she loves him instead of me. He's a perfect Adonis and I'm a gross, ugly monster. And he just sort of sadly walks away.
Without saying anything.
Doesn't say a word. She
doesn't even know that he's there.
And that's my favorite part. She thinks he's there. She goes, now, Surfer, let me introduce you to the greatest man I've ever known. Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm.
And there's just nobody there. Yeah, and Surfer's like, oh yeah, he left.
Yeah, he
left like an hour ago.
Yeah, he has not been here for a while.
She's like, why didn't he say, what? I just feel really bad for Alicia because he's like, what the fuck? I'm blind. You guys can't do this to me.
Y'all gotta say some shit.
You assholes. And that's pretty much the end of the story because the rest of the issue is spent setting up other stories. Like, look, Johnny's in college. Sue is nagging Reed some more.
Which I do like the, like, Johnny going, like, oh, I literally just flew, like, through to the outer edges of the cosmos. Like, I am, like...
time and space.
Like... I am like beyond insignificant. Like I need to cope with this somehow.
Yeah.
Like anything.
There is a bit of like, there are repercussions for this, though repercussions are stupid.
Yeah, silly.
He's a baby.
And entirely self-imposed. Like,
literally no one gives a shit.
15 more seconds he stayed on that roof, and she would have been like, the love of my life, the greatest human being to ever have lived, Ben Grimm.
Well, yeah, and it's also, like, we're like literally issue 50. Like, we're years into this, my dude.
Yeah.
You guys have been around for years.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, you're too
Nobody
deep
cares that you're a rock monster.
You're like, everybody hates me.
Like, no, everybody loves you. You guys are, like, really popular.
Yeah, like, like you're probably top 10 most popular people in the world, big dog. You quite literally save the world on a weekly basis. What do you mean? What are you talking
it's still tragic, of course, but that's another thing I liked about the new movie is that they clearly worked past it. Like, clearly that was an issue at one point because it has to be. That's part of the drama. But, like, they've clearly gotten to a place where, like, Ben is as okay with it as he can be. Like, he's
Right.
still obviously a little sad, but he's not like taking it out on everybody
Yeah.
all the time. So yeah, that was the Coming of Galactus. Again, probably the most famous, most popular Fantastic Four story. There is a reason, and I read a bunch, everything that was in this collection, and yeah, there's a reason this was so popular. There's a reason this was outselling everything. Yeah, it's because this shit is just fun.
Yeah.
And it's really imaginative and creative and awesome.
And it's nice to see that for once the solution isn't just beat the shit out of them.
No, yeah, they have to be clever. They have to think on their feet.
Yep.
And again, that's the other thing about Galactus that I think Stan and Jack were probably thinking as well, keeping it from being like generic and obvious, is doing a thing where like they can't just like punch him. He's so powerful that you can't just punch him.
Yeah, it
does nothing.
Like, you have to come up with a creative solution to beat him. You can't just like...
The only thing I don't like about it here is that it comes from a different character. It's the Watcher's plan.
Yeah, it's the Watcher's plan.
Which, it's fine, whatever.
At the same time, Reed couldn't have come up with that plan.
Watcher is a cosmic level character. Yeah. It makes sense in the universe. Just from a narrative point of view, it's a little more satisfying if the Four do it. Which is why the Watcher's never in the movies.
Yeah.
And also the Watcher is a big giant baby. And we're not going to put that on screen.
He does look like a giant infant, and it is a little uncomfortable anytime he shows up. Like, there's one panel, and I'll show it to you afterwards if you could just like throw that up on screen for a minute or two, because it's really stupid. He looks so fucking stupid. I love that panel.
Where it's like trying to be like really like menacing and like foreboding, and it's like this really goofy thing.
Because it's like the previous panel, clearly you see he's like a giant baby, and then it like cuts in, he's completely red, and it's the silliest looking thing.
It's like that.
Contextualized.
It's like that meme of the actor that plays Gideon Moff in Mandalorian. He's in a bunch of stuff, but it's like that gif where he's like laughing and he's like, ha ha ha.
Oh, Juan Carlo.
Esposito, yeah.
Yep.
It's like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Yeah, I think that'll cover it for this time. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.